So are you checking that YouTube? Okay, every day I am putting those. So you can download, you can directly view from your YouTube only. Okay. So yeah, what we have done yesterday in last class, we have seen how to schedule a task, right? Okay. So how will you schedule a task? You will need pending intent. Okay. Without pending intent, you cannot do that, because pending intent means you want to do the task later. And I have given one of the example. I mean, you want to wish your friend at 12 o'clock. Okay. So what is that? You want to do some future task, right? You don't want to do now. Then what is the best intent? We should use pending intent. Okay. Now whenever you will use pending intent, you must have one foreign application. Okay. Without foreign application, you will not be able to do that. So who is the foreign application? Alarm. So we have used alarm manager. Okay. And we just use set method to set your task to your alarm manager. Okay. So that is the thing which we have seen. Then we have seen, I mean, whenever you want to get your manager, how to get your manager? Tell me. Get system service. This is very typical question you should be getting in your written test. Okay. So they will give you 4-5 syntax. Okay. So you have to choose which is the best one. So which is the best one? Get system service is the best one. So from there you can choose your whatever managers are there. Okay. So this is the thing which you have done. Now let's try to continue. So what is an async task? Multi-threading environment. Okay. So suppose if you want to do any task, okay, which is very expensive, then where we should do? In main thread or background thread? We should do in background thread. Okay. If you will do in main, what will happen? Your main thread will be stuck. Now if your main thread is stuck, what will happen? It will not be able to respond you properly. Then automatically you will get one of those problem. What is that called? ANR. What is ANR? Application not responding. Okay. So very simple. So when application ANR will come, if your main thread is not able to give you the response basically. So that's why we should try as much as we can. We will give less work to main thread. Okay. More work to background thread. Why? Because it is not working in your main thread. Okay. It will be working in your background. So what will happen? It will be fast basically. Okay. So always, it is best practice. You should give more work to background thread. Yeah. Now let's try to understand. How async task works. Okay. So async task, if you remember, we have already seen. So what is an async task? Intelligent handler, or you can say intelligent thread. Okay. So what is async task? Async task is nothing but it is very intelligent. So as we have already discussed, there are 3 ways to work with the thread. Okay. So what is the first way? Using message, or you can say send message. Okay, using send message. Okay. What is another one? Using post. Okay. Third one is your async task, the one which we are going to study. Okay, async task which you are going to study now. Okay. So now whenever you want to work with async task, okay, so how to start a thread? What is the method we use? Start. Thread dot start, right? So similarly, if you want to start an async task, we are having one of the method called execute. What is the method name? Execute. Okay. So whenever we will use this is the method execute to start async task. Okay. And we will pass some sort of data. The data which you want to work with basically. Here we will pass data. So if it is a string array, we will pass string, all the strings. Okay. If for a number, then 1, 2, 3, 4 you will have integer basically. Okay. So as soon as we will do execute, what will happen? Suddenly it will call one of the method called on pre-execute. What is the one? On pre-execute. So from execute it will go to one of the method called on pre-execute. It will go to on pre-execute. So on pre-execute is something like runnable state. So what are the states of your thread? new, then runnable, then running, okay, then blocked or slept, okay, and what is the last one? Terminated or destroyed. Okay. Similarly here also, what is the state of your on pre-execute? You can think it is a runnable. What is runnable means? Runnable means your thread is not running, it is eligible to run basically. Okay. Same as runnable. Okay. Yeah. From on pre-execute, where it will go? It will go to do in background. Okay. So do in background. Do in background. Okay. And do in background is nothing but running state. Okay. So this is the state where. So here we do all the expensive tasks basically. Okay. So here we do all the expensive tasks. So what sort of expensive tasks we are having? Something like downloading image, okay, or maybe you are connecting network connection, all the things we are doing. Okay, so all those will be coming here doing background. Copied, how much things are not copied. Okay, something like, if you remember, if you are downloading something from internet, it will tell you, I mean, this much is done. Okay, expected remaining time, something like that. Time will come, right? So how those will be done? Those will be done through your async task only, the one which you are going to do in the class basically. Okay, so in that case, you want to show the progress to the user that how much percentage of your task is done. Got it, right? So from do in background, okay, we call one of the method called update progress update. What is the method we call? Progress update. From do in background. No, progress update. No, that is also one of the call. I will tell you. So what we will call? We will call progress update. Okay, progress update from do in background. Now as soon as you will do this progress update, it will automatically call the method called on progress update. Update it. On progress update. Sorry, I'm really sorry. This is not progress update. It is your publish progress. What is the method name? Publish progress. Okay, it is publish progress. So from do in background, as soon as you will do publish progress, automatically where the callback will go, it will go to on progress update. And here you can show your progress bar, 20, 30, 40, whatever things are there, you can show what that basically. Okay. Now suppose if your task is over, then it will call on post execute. What is the method name? On post execute. On post execute. So what does on post execute means? On post execute means what is the state? It is your terminated. Okay. Terminated or destroyed. Okay. Sometimes if some async task is running, okay, then suddenly you cancel that async task. You can cancel also. Something like you are downloading, in between you want to cancel it. You don't want to download in between. Okay. So from async task similar to execute. Okay. So we use one of the method called cancel. What is the method name? Dot cancel. Okay, cancel. As soon as you will do dot cancel, okay, so automatically in your async task one method will be called on cancel. On cancel. So this one we have to do, and this one will be called of your async task. So these are part of your async task. Okay. Now from this chapter, one of the very typical question will be asked. Okay, so which callback runs in which thread? I mean, where it is running, where it is running, where it is running. Okay, this is a very typical question which will be asked. Okay, so from this diagram, okay, can you tell me which is running in which thread? This is running in your UI thread. What is UI thread? Nothing but main thread. Okay, and what is this background? This is worker thread. Worker thread means your background thread. Okay, so now tell me where execute method is running. Execute method, where it is running? Main thread. Okay, where on pre-execute is running? Main thread. Okay, where your do in background is running? Background thread. Okay, where publish progress is running? Background thread. Where on progress update is running? It is running in your UI thread, means main thread basically. Okay, and as soon as task is over, what this will be running in your main thread. Okay, so just have to remember that do in background, okay, and publish progress, these are the two callbacks which will be running in your background thread. Other things will be running in your main thread. Correct, right? So only those two callbacks. So do in background, okay, and publish progress. So these are the two callback which will be running in your background thread. All other will run in your main thread. Okay, so now if I'll ask you, okay, so tell me, I mean, where do in background runs? Main thread or background thread? Do in background, where? Background thread. Okay, so that's what I told. I mean, do in background, it will be your background thread, and publish progress is background thread. Okay, all other will be in your main thread. Okay. So in which thread on pre-execute will run? Main thread. Where on post execute will run? Main thread. Where on progress update? Main thread. So only do in background and publish progress are the two methods which will be running in your background thread. Okay. So this is also very typical question you will be getting in an interview basically. Na? They will tell you on pre-execute in which thread this will run. Main thread, background thread, daemon thread, blah blah blah. They will tell. Then what should be your answer? It should be your main thread. So you have to remember. Okay. So all this on pre-execute it will run in your main thread or UI thread. Na? Both are same. I mean. And this is, I mean, background, or what is the other name of background thread? Worker thread. UI thread is this one, main thread. Okay, this one background or worker. Okay, on progress update again where main thread. On post execute main thread. On cancel main thread. So all are in main thread. So just have to remember this. These are the two things which will be running in your background thread. Okay. So yeah, the one which we discussed, it will tell you the same thing only. So execute method creates an instance of a class and it always invokes the UI thread. Okay. And as soon as I will do execute, what will it will go to on pre-execute. On pre-execute is nothing but runnable state where, I mean, it is just before your thread is going to run. Okay, and where your thread will be running, what is the method? Do in background. Okay, from do in background, if you want, again, this is not mandatory. Publish progress is not mandatory. Okay, sometimes if you want to show, then you will do publish progress. If you don't want to show it, you don't do this. Got it, right? So it is up to you. I mean, publish progress is up to you. Okay. So as soon as you will do publish progress, where the callback will go, it will go to on progress update. If you will not do this, then as soon as your task is over, on post execute. Very simple. Over. Okay. So let's try to do every example. Okay, I will have one button in my screen, and as soon as I will click on the button, what we will do? We will change the progress of our progress bar. Okay. So something like 10, 20, 30, 40 will show the progress. 10, 20, 30, 40. same as your copy paste, right? So 10%, 20%, 30% done. Na? So we want to do the same thing basically in Android. How we'll do basically. Na? So for this again, whenever we start our work, from where we start from UI. Okay. So in UI we have to create one progress bar. We will create this progress bar. We'll give the style and other stuff, whatever things we need. Okay. We'll have one text view also where I want to show the, I mean, in number I want to show. So this progress bar will not show you the number, right? It will show you the some image will be there. Okay. But you want to show the number, you will have one text view where you want to show the so that, okay. And I'll have one button. And I on click of this button, I want to start the progress bar basically, or the async task which we are going to do. Yeah. Now if I want to start an async task, what I'll do? I'll do all those on click listener blah blah blah. Okay. And as soon as I'll do on click listener, what to do? I want to start the async task. So what you do? You'll pass what is the method to start an async task? Execute is the method. So I'll do dot execute. Okay. And whenever I'll do dot execute, I have to pass the data which you want to work with. So suppose if you want to download image, what should be your data? From which URL you want to download? You will have some URL, right? From where you want to download the image. So you have to pass that URL so that your async task will catch that URL and you will start working on that basically. So what should be the parameter whenever you will pass the execute? The data on which your async task will work basically. Okay. So we will do execute. Now as soon as execute will be done, where the callback will go? It will go to on pre-execute. Okay. We'll have some. We'll show it is started. Okay. Then we'll go to do in background, and do in background is the place where you should do all the expensive tasks. Okay. So here we'll do all the expensive tasks. So in this case, I mean we have not studied too much depth in terms of downloading image and all. So what we'll do, we will make our thread only to sleep for some time, and then we'll have some looping basically. So looping, we will slip it and we will keep on posting our data to your main thread, and it will show you the 10, 20, 30, 40. So then you will come to know. And as soon as your task is done, where it will go? It will go to your on post execute. Okay. Now in between, if you want to do the publish progress, automatically where the publish progress will go, it will go to on progress update, and it will show you your progress basically in your UI. Okay. And yeah, so this much only. I mean, this is a thing which we are going to do. Now tell me, I mean, very simple question. Okay. Can we do UI operation in background thread? No. Okay. So what should be answer? No. We can't do. So what should be answer? We can do, but it will throw runtime exception. Okay, we can do. I mean we can do, but when we run the code, it will throw one exception. So what I want to do, what I meant to say is something like button.sections. You want to do in background, but you cannot do this. So what is the exception it will throw? Runtime exception, and runtime exception name is illegal thread invocation exception. Okay. So what is the method name? What is the exception it will throw? Illegal thread, very big name. So illegal thread invocation exception. Okay. If you want to do UI operation in background thread, then you have to use one of the method called run on UI thread. This is one of the method which you have to use to do your UI operation in background thread. Normally you cannot do, but if you want to do, I mean it is very important for you to do that, then what is the method we write? Run on UI thread. So what is the answer for this? So we can do this, but it will not be done in background thread, it will be done in your main thread only. So from background thread we can call this method called run on UI thread, which will be done in, ultimately task will be done in your main thread only. So this cannot be done in your background thread. But there will be some scenario you want to do that, then you have to write this method. Okay. So what? So answer is very simple. We can do, but we should not do. If we will do this, it will throw that exception. Okay, so yeah, now let's try to do one task, okay, which will help us how to understand this async. So create an app which shows the progress implemented by 5. So what you want to do? I want to show 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay. So how much implemented by 5%? Okay. In progress bar. So how will you start? Tell me. How will you start? Always we start from our UI, with XML. Okay. So we will go to our XML. So what is XML? Activity main. Activity main here XML. Activity main dot XML. And what to do? We will create one progress bar here. We will create one progress bar. Okay, and as we want to make it complete, so we will make our is width as match parent. Okay, because we want to make complete screen as your progress bar. Okay, so we will make it match parent, and height is left center. Lap consent, and we have to have some style also, the way how we have done. So we will do @Android, then style, okay, and we will use some style. We don't know, I mean, we'll do control space, automatically it will give us some style. Okay, we will need this progress bar style. Okay, and we will have one text view also, okay, where I want to show the current state. So what is the current state? Whether it is on pre-execute, on post-execute, okay, 20%, 30%, what is that? We have to check it here. So text view and progress bar. Okay. So plus we will have one button also. Why we need button? On click of this button only you want to start the async task, right? So we will have this. So these are the 3 things which we will write in your XML. Now from view, where we should go? We should go to our controller. So is your controller main activity. Okay, so we will go main activity. Go to main activity. Okay, now we'll go to on create method. We'll go to on create method, and we'll do all the find view ID. Find view ID for all the views. Now what are views? Text view, button, and progress bar. Yeah, so we will do find value. Now we will have the access to those views now. Okay. Yeah. After that, what we'll do, we'll go. It depends upon you. If you want to have on click listener, you can do that, or else you can directly write on click over there also. Okay. So you'll write something like button dot set on click listener. Automatically, what method will be called? On click will be called. We'll go to on click method. So whenever I click on the button where my callback will come, it will come to this method. Okay, and here is the place where we have to write the code to start the async task. Okay, so before starting we have to create the async task, right? So we'll go here and we will create one of the async tasks. Class, we give some name called myasync. MyAsync task extends async task, something like this. Because async task is a class, right? So what is the keyword we use? Extends. This is also a very typical question which should be asked. Whenever we do this async task, there are three generics which are used here. Okay, this is also very typical interview question you should be getting. So what are the three generics which we use? Okay, so what are the three generics? First one is the task. Task data type. So task data type. DT. Task DT means data type. Okay. So if you are giving the task, whether it is integer, float, or what is the task you are giving, so you have to pass that data type. Okay. Second one is your progress data type. Okay. Progress data type means, you want to show an integer, 5, 10, 20. What is it? This is your integer. Sometimes you want to show the percentage progress also. Something like 20.5%. Then can you use integer over there? No. You have to use some other data type, something like float or double. What is that? So depending upon you have to write the data type in which format you want to show your result basically. No, not result. This is the progress. Okay. And what is the last one? Last one is your result data type. Okay. So result data type means suppose your task is over. Okay. So what is the data type you want to return? Something like integer. Return 100. So 100 is integer, right? So in this case you have to use integer. Sometimes if you want to show the result as string, then you have to write string as your last parameter which we are passing. Okay. So this is the way how we will do. Now automatically what all methods will be there here? Tell me. On pre-execute. On pre-execute will be called. Okay. Then what other method? Do in background. Do in background will count. Okay. Then on progress update will count. Okay. And on post. These are the different methods which will be coming automatically. So we have to try. We just have to do control space. So on pre-execute, what will do? You want to show this in your text view. So what I will do? Text view. Whatever text view you are having, I will do dot set text. Okay. And we will show something like task is on pre-execute. We will just show one small text over there. Similar to if your post execute means task is over, we will make it to over. Now where we do the expensive task? Do in background. Okay, so doing background is the place where we will do expensive task. So here what to do, we have to write the code. So how to write the code, we will write one for loop int I equal to 0. There this mosquito that come. Hey Lokesh, just ask him to give good night or something. We'll put it, no? Just ask him. Which one? A good, I mean, both are doing same task, right? Which is good?
This one is good.
This one is good. Why? Why?
Short.
Huh? This is long, right? One extra line we are writing, right? But yeah, you are right. I mean, your answer is right, but you are not able to explain it. I mean, why it is. Okay, so try to understand. Dot length. Okay. So see here. I mean, if we'll do like this, what we are doing? We are asking params. Hey, what is your length? First loop. What is your length? Second loop. What is your length? Second loop. Third loop. So we are asking that all the time. If I am having 1000, how many times that length is getting called? 1000 times. Got it, right? So instead of this, what you can do, you can declare one small variable, maybe final variable. Okay, something like, you can say something like string length equal to what to do? Params dot length. Then how many times this string length is getting called? One time. So which is optimized? This one is optimized, right? So it is not calling again and again. Hey, what is the length? What is the length? Got it, right? So it is calling once. He got the length. He is just iterating. Okay, so this is the better way to work with it. Okay, and we want to sleep for some time, so we can use some sort of system or thread, anyone. So let's try to see here what we have done. Okay, so we are doing system clock dot sleep. Okay, system clock dot sleep for maybe 1 second. I want to sleep for 1 second. So it should be in milliseconds, so 1000 milliseconds. Okay. After sleeping, what you want to do? You want to publish the progress to your progress subject. Okay. So what is the method we write? Publish progress. What is the method name? Publish progress. So here you have to calculate. How much percentage of task is done. Okay. So tell me. If total task is 5. Okay, and 2 tasks is done, then how much percentage is done? How will you calculate? 2 by 5 into 100. Got it, right? So similarly here also, what you are doing, try to understand. I is nothing but it is iterating. Okay, what is string length? It is the total task. Okay, so if you want to calculate percentage of the task done, so how will you tell me? Here what will do, because I is starting with 0, right? So what will do? I plus 1, then I will do divided by total task. What is the total task? String length. Okay, and then what to do? You have to make it. What to do? You have to make it 100 into 100. Got it, right? So total task completed divided by overall task means total task into 100. Okay, so automatically here based on your data type, okay, so automatically it will come here and so integer it will have many percentage. Something like this will come. Okay, and as soon as you will publish progress, it will come to on progress update, and we want to show it. So text view dot set text. You want to show the progress, so you can get this percent. You get the 0, and you have to add this percentage explicitly. So we will make it separately. We'll write it like this. So from here it will automatically come here. Okay, yeah, so on progress update is done. So it will keep on doing, I mean, if it is 20 times, it will do 20 times. Okay, and as your task is done, it will show this over. Working set. Okay, so let's do this. We'll start with our view. Activity main, we will go to activity main. We'll go here. What is the, we will make it to linear layout. Linear layout. Okay, text view. Below that, what do you want to do? You want to have progress bar with the match parent or app content. You want to give ID. How to give an ID? @ plus ID progress bar, something like this. You have to give a style, same as and @ Android style. Okay, this one progress horizontal. We will use it. Okay, yeah, now below that we want to have one button, so we have one button. Width maybe match parent, wrap content. You want to give some sort of ID. How to give ID? @ plus ID button. Okay, and you want to set the text something like start progress. Some text you want to show basically. Okay. And here is the place you want to show the progress. So idea I will show progress. We show progress text. By default, we will show something like task is not started. Some sort of, I mean, default value will show that. As we are working with linear layout, you must have the orientation. What is the orientation? Vertical, because I want to come down. That's a vertical is orientation. And if you want to see the progress by for time being, you can show something like 25. And if you want to make it max is nothing but maximum how much you want to go. So by default it will be 100. So let's try to see how your this is looking like on scale. Okay, I will make it. This is your text which you are showing. This is your progress bar, and below is your button. Okay, we will run this code, then we will come to it. So our view is done. Now where we go? We go to controller. Who is your controller? Main activity. I have to do find view ID. So private text view. What is the second one? Private progress bar. What is the third one? Tell me. Button. Okay, so if you see here, I mean, we are done with this. We are doing this find view ID. Okay, so you want to do find view ID. How will do find view ID? Text view equal to, what is the method name? Find view by ID r.id dot, what is the text view name which you have given? Progress something. Okay, so we will check it. What is the view given? Show progress, and we will do the testing. Okay, first we will see, I mean, how our view is looking like. We will run it. Okay, so this is the way how it is looking like. Okay, now when I click on the start, what will happen? It will come from here, then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, all the things will be shown. Okay, so yeah, similarly I want to do the progress bar. progress bar, or what is the name of this progress bar? Correct. Progress bar, we want to do the casting progress bar. PAZ. Okay. What is the last view we are having? Button. Okay. So button, B as capital. Okay. So we are done till this point. We want to do on click listener. So how do we do on click listener? Button dot set on click listener. Sorry, on click listener new on click listener. Automatically this will come. Okay, and where the callback will come, it will come to on click. So on click is the method where your callback will come. Okay, now from here you want to start the async task. Okay, so before starting the async task, what you have to do? You have to create the async task like this. So I'll create my async task. I'll go down. I'll write class. I'll give some name for my async task extends. What is the class name? Async task. Okay, see here, I am able to see there are three parameters which are asking. One is your params is what data you are sending the task. What is the second one? Progress. What is the third one? Results. So this is the typical interview question what could be asked. Okay, what are the three parameters which are sent? Okay, suppose I want to give my data as a string. Progress 1 20 50, right? So what is the one? Integer. What is the third one? Result means long. Suppose I want to share long. Any one. I mean, it is not mandatory to have long. You can make it any data type. I mean, okay. Now automatically it will tell you to override some of the methods. So override. You go do in background is a mandatory method. So only you have to do this. So do in background thing. Okay. What are the other methods in me? On pre-execute. So on pre-execute. Then do in background. Then on progress update. Okay. Then on post execute. Okay. So we will write all the methods. On cancel. So these are the methods which are. Okay, automatically it will come. You just write on automatically. Now, before starting the async task, what I want to do? I want to make this progress bar as 0, right? So what we write here? Progress bar dot set progress equal to 0. Because by default it is 20, right? So otherwise it will start from 20 25. I want to make it to 0, then I want to start. So set progress equal to 0. Okay. And the text view which we have got, I want to set something like set text. Okay. On, I mean you can write this. It is on pre-execute. So on pre-execute is done. Now where it will go? It will go to do in background. Okay. Here you have to do all those things. Okay. So as I told here, see strings. It is coming as 3 dots. What is 3 dots? This is nothing but variable argument, which we have already seen in your core Java. So variable argument concept basically. Okay. So int, okay, number of arguments equal to, okay, so number of is equal to, how to get it? Strings dot length, which will give you the number of arguments. Okay. Now you should write one for loop, right? So for int I equal to 0. Okay, I is less than number of args. Okay, I plus plus. Okay, and you want to make your thread sleep, right? So how to do? System clock dot sleep. How much time you want to sleep? You suppose 1 second. Then what to do? You write 1 second. Okay. After that, what you want to do? You want to do the publish progress. Okay. So we will write publish progress. You have to calculate that. Okay. So I already have it. Where is here? Stitches. Okay, so this is the calculation you have to do. Okay, what is this number of params? Number of params, nothing but number of params. So what we are doing, I plus 1 divided by number of arguments into 100. Okay, same as how much task is done. Na? Because of this, casting, na, you have to be very careful. That's why I copy pasted from there. Depends. You can make it. Sometimes what will happen if you want to show something like 0.5. Okay, you don't know. Maybe this data might be in some other format. Na? So that's why we are making it float. Okay. So sometimes you want to show the progress in percentage also. 10.5. Then you have to make it float. Then only you will be able to work with it, right? So okay. Yeah. Now it will do all those things. Now automatically publish progress, where it will go here, and you have to catch this value, and you have to show it in your text view. So text view dot set text. Okay, you want to show the progress, right? So you can show progress, something like progress. How will you show the progress? Values. How will you get your data? You get the first data, because for timing you are starting only one async task, right? That's why first data will give you the data, and you show the percentage here. We are done till this. This is done. We have done this also. What is left now? On post execute. Okay, so like this. So on post execute, you can directly write here on post execute. Task is over. Okay. If I will cancel it, then task is cancelled. Okay, so this is the way how we will do. Now we have created this async task. We want to start this async task. So how do you create? First you have to create the object, because it is a class, right? Okay, so first we will create the object. So how will you create the object? My async task equal to new my async task. And how to start my async task? Execute. Okay, so my async task dot execute. See, it is asking for a string. Why? Because first parameter is your string. Okay, so you give how many tasks you want to give, because they have told to do divide into 5, right? So 5, then 5 into 20 equal to 100, right? So what you have to do? You have to pass 20 parameters. Okay, so we'll write something like 1, 2, okay, 3, 4, 5. So 5 means 20. Okay, so now you want to divide it into 10, 15, 20. So how many parameters I am passing? 20 parameters. So 20 means 20 into 500. So it will divide into 555. Okay, yeah, over this much only. Let's run this code. Okay, so see here, as soon as I will create on the start for what is happening, on pre-execute 5, sorry, it is increasing, but we did not increase the progress bar. Okay, so we have to do that also. So where we will do this progress bar? Here, on progress update. So here what we do? We have to write progress bar dot set progress equal to this much. Okay, because we are setting into text. That's why text is working, but our progress bar we did not set. That's why it is not. So it should work now. So let's run it. Okay, so it will start it. Now let's just see. On click execute 5%, 10, 15, 20. Okay. 25, 30, 35. I mean, it is keep on moving. As soon as it is 100, then it should show task is over, means on post execute. Okay, 90, 95, task is over. Okay, so this is the way how we work. So whenever you want to do any of the expensive tasks where we should write the code, this is the place. And other callbacks are normal. So you can do with other mechanism of thread also, but the problem over there is, you have to create two threads. One is your main thread, another is called background thread. But here, who is doing this? My task is doing the work of both the threads. Okay. So this is the way how your sync task will work. Any doubt? Any doubt? Okay, so if I have one more button called cancel, then it should call our cancel, the one this one. Okay. So something like, if you want more, if you are not able to see, if I want to change the size of this, how to change it? Text color. Suppose I want to make it to blue. RGB text size. Suppose I want to make it to 35. Yes. So maybe it will be not. Okay, task is not started. On pre-execute, progress 55, 20, 15. And as soon as you are 100, it should show the task is over. So this is the example of the progress bar or the sentence. So this will finish your chapter. This chapter.